Christmas time. We each had desks. Christmas time, and you had a ink place where you put the ink. You brought a candle to school, and you put it in where the ink usually is, and you lit it, and you kept it for the first 4 hours lit on your desk, because it was Christmas. The religious part was implicated in your teaching. I mean, they had no teaching of God is this or God is that, because they didn't believe in it. I don't think Rudolf Steiner believed in that kind of thing.
I think his philosophy was to nourish the spirit through the mode of teaching, not to teach a belief system directly.
That's
so
right.
So you were not taught any.
That's right. And not only that, but anthroposophy, which was the leader of this thing, that was their religion. And they had a temple in Switzerland. They didn't believe the way you believed on the outside.
So
our classes were wonderful. We had a nature class, Gartenbau, because we had a huge, pretty large section that was all gardening. And that was one of your classes. You went there and you learned to grow things, and the things that you grew were fed to, like the class I told you about, the handicapped, and perfectly good vegetables and everything like that. And we children had to work in there. It was one of our class. We learned to, Wolfriegel taught us everything about carpentry, about
building?
Woodcraft.
Woodworking.
Woodworking. And we started with, we all had to do the same thing, of course. We all started with a block, wood like that, and we learned to make an egg. Cut off the edges and filed, oh my God, you filed and filed and filed until you got a beautiful egg. That was their first production when they went in. And your last production were ones that the big seniors, so things were already on wheels and very sophisticated toys.
And how many years were you at this school?
How many? It must have been
5.
5.
5 years.
Yeah, easily.
11 to 16.
Okay.
I was not sent to the school because I was difficult or anything like that. I was sent to the school because my aunt, Tante Emma Goering, when I was sent to her to live, because my mother came back over here, she just thought the Waldorf School was an excellent place to go. I was born in Germany, and when World War I started, my German family, my father's family, decided with my mother that we should come over here. And so we came over here through Sweden. It was the last That was the last place that Germans were able to get out through Sweden, come over to America. Wore are very much like the clothes the girls wore today here. If you
Very
notice,
contemporary looking.
Mm-hmm. They are.
you
Yes.
notice they're no different. Picture there was gymnastic class, I guess, and we were told to run and leap on a rhythm with our instructors.
So this
To
is you
go
in the
into-
middle, Maidee.
Huh?
That's you in the middle there.
Yeah,
And this was during you said once a week you would go out or once a year you would go out into the country for 2 weeks with your teacher?
2 weeks to the teachers. Well, I mean, they were cherries.
They were eating
And,
cherries?
they were playing just like you would today. They were horsing around, fooling around. All these boys were in our class. You can see them in the picture.
How old were you at that time?
We had it was a big
She was
class.
probably about 13, 14. Mother was at the school from 11 to 16, so. Mom, did you feel more accepted at the Steiner school than you had at your other school in northern Germany?
Yes, I did. Much more.
Do you think maybe that might have been a big gift from the school, was that you didn't feel alien?
Yeah, it was a big gift that was given to me by my mother, by sending me there. I think Tandem, I thought we were very safe there.
What's your secret to long life, having lived
What's
100
a
years?
secret to long life?
Uh-huh.
I have no secret to long life. Long life is going to come, or has come. It's a wonderful life. Maybe I was lucky. I didn't do anything that made it that way, but I lived in a family, in a community, most of the time, where I was lucky. That was all. I didn't do anything to make it better, I can tell you. I didn't do anything to make it worse.
Mm-hmm.
I just lived.
Thank you, Maidee. You've had some wonderful stories to share with us, and I know that there are many in the Waldorf community who will really enjoy hearing about what
Yeah.
it was like to be at the first school. So I appreciate your time.